We did it! We did it! We did it, we did it, we did it, we did it, we did it. If you're watching this, congratulations. You made it. This is an exciting time. You have a lot in store for you. And by a lot, I mean a lot. A lot. A lot. Because I'm so excited to bring all these people, all these amazing people. Some of them you already know, some of them you are yet to know. And they are all extremely fabulous in their own rights, in their own experiences, in their own expertise. So let me talk a little bit about each person. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Osayi Emokpae Lasisi, and I am the convener of the Money Making Transition Summit. Why did I come up with this idea? Because I'm seeing that a lot of people are getting discouraged. A lot of people are thinking that there's no hope, there are no options, jobs are going, people are getting let go, people are getting fired. But it doesn't have to be that way. There's so much hope. People need your skills. People need what you have to give. People need you. But the challenge is they don't know where you are. They don't know you. So I'm so excited because I came up with this idea, and through it all, through the process, I was able to actually bring it into existence, and it was a journey. There were a lot of challenges to the extent that I was exhausted, but it was such a fun process. And I found out more about myself during that process. I found out that I actually enjoy interviewing people. I enjoy connecting with people. I always knew I enjoyed connecting with people, but interviewing was a new, kind of newish thing for me. So it was a journey for me, a journey of discovery. And in the middle of everything, I learned so much. I connected with so many people. I gained new friends. And that's what starting a business does for you. As a mom, as a woman, it exposes you in the right way. It gives you a larger network. It helps you to understand more of who you are. And that's why you need to be thinking about it. Even if you're not going to do it full time, you need to be thinking about it, because the process of bringing something into this world is a spiritual experience. It makes you more of who you need to be. It helps you to understand yourself better. It helps you to be a better person. And it helps you to serve other people and helps them to feel like they too can go out and kill it and make money doing it. So, this is the opportunity for you to learn from world-class online and offline experts. World-class experts. These are people who have been doing some amazing things all their lives. Well, at least for most of the lives that I know. So this is really, really exciting for me. I'm so glad that you're taking this journey with me. I'm so glad that you're here with me. And I look forward to your comments. Leave a comment below, using the Facebook comments. Leave a comment. Let us know how excited you are. Let us know what you're expecting to learn. Let us know everything that you're thinking about, because that will help us to give you even more of what you need to learn about. And so I'm going to take you a little bit, step by step, through some of these speakers. And, so you understand why I'm excited. So, one of the speakers is Chenil Stewart. She is so amazing. You can see from her smile, she is a Miss Inspire. She's very inspiring. She's going to talk to us about getting visible, about why it's important that we take our message out there, why it's important that we realize that we are so important. Our thoughts are important. Our passions are important. Our solutions to problems are important. We cannot take that for granted. So Chenil is going to take us step by step through some of these processes. And of course, she also tells us about some of her favorite books, because I love books, and I know books help us to accomplish the kinds of things that we can't accomplish just based on thinking about things by ourselves. So Chenil will help us. She'll teach us how to get more visible, because you can't get clients if you're not visible, and why it's important for you to get visible. So I'm really excited about Chenil. The funny thing that happened between Chenil and I was that she was my first interview. And of course, I made mistakes. But she was so gracious, and we were able to interview a second time. And both times were phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I can't wait to hear what you think about her session. Now, the next person that I want to talk about is Madame Remy Owadokun. She is a phenomenal human being. Phenomenal. It's so interesting that people exist that can be so caring, so out there, so generous, and not caring so much about what they're going to get in return. She's going to talk about creating the best health of your life, because your health is essential when you're looking at transitioning from employee to a money-making boss, a money-making mommy. Because in the process of this journey, there are people that are going to say things, there are people that are going to do things, there are going to be a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts. Because remember, you're creating something. And so you must not forget to take time to take care of yourself. You must not forget that. And she gives us tips, she gives us clues, she gives us ideas, she gives us suggestions, she gives us recommendations, all in the name of you being your best, most amazing, most successful self. So I'm really excited for you to go through Remy's session, and let me know what you think in the comments below. The next person I want to talk about is Mrs. Inyang Sami Orumbe. She is a phenomenal woman. I love talking to her because she's so inspiring. She's going to talk to us about creating a life of awesomeness and starting a business after retirement. She started a business, a successful, thriving business after retirement. So I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for us to go through that session, because you need to realize that starting a business is not just for the young people. Starting a business is not just for the people who can take all the risks. It's about pursuing your passion, enjoying your life now. And there's something that she always talks about, that her life is so enjoyable right now. And so I'm really excited for you to share this and to realize that, you know what, it's all a journey. So you might start a business today and find out that you're not interested in it in a few years. And that's fine. It's all in the discovery. It's all in finding who you are and getting more comfortable with who you are. So, I'm really excited about that. Next person I want to talk about is Ronald Nkena Nzimora. He is just a brilliant strategist. There's some people that they call the quiet millionaires, and he's one of them. Now, he didn't show me his bank account, so don't quote me on that. But he is so smart, and he's a great copywriter, and he has experience with different opportunities. So he knows how to take your idea to birth, idea to creation. He's a very busy guy, so it was really challenging to keep track of him. I just kept having to say, come on, we need to talk. Come on. And then we finally were able to record the video. And it was such a good video. I learned so much, so many amazing strategies. And of course, he also shared some strategies for me to share this money-making transition virtual summit with you. And of course, we cannot take for granted that the success of this event came from all the speakers, all their recommendations, all their suggestions. I mean, I think that's the best part of this summit, is learning from everybody and gaining new friends. And you will feel like you've gained new friends while you go through this summit, because you'll be hearing their deepest thoughts, the kinds of things that they might not talk about regularly, but those are the kinds of things that are building the foundation for who they are. So Ronald is going to talk about copywriting, about business strategy, about success, and he tells us about his own story as well. You don't want to miss that. Next person I want to talk about is Bankole Williams. I mean, I can't help but smile, because look at that picture. He's smiling. He's such a friendly, genuine person, and he's so full of great ideas. And his understanding of the mind is beyond this world. So I want you to pay special attention to this session, because it will help you to understand some of the reasons why you're not as successful as you would like to be, and some of the things you can implement today to get to where you want to be. Isn't that exciting? I was excited just with the opportunity to speak with him, with the opportunity to pick his brain and get all that information. And he's also a very supportive and kind person. And you will get that warmth during the session. You will get that feeling of that he genuinely cares about people, which is something that I want you to pay attention to. Because sometimes we'll give you tips and tricks and strategies, and you think that's everything. But sometimes you just need to pay attention to what people are doing, because it's the kind people that are making it. So when you experience Bankole Williams' kindness and his truth on camera, just take it as, what can I learn from that? Because like he says, some things are taught and some things are caught. So see what you can catch during his session. The next person I want to talk about is Doc Ayomide. He is an amazing, amazing, amazing doctor. He is a doctor. He is brilliant. He understands the way we think. He understands what moves us, what motivates us, why it is hard for us to motivate ourselves, why we really need to understand ourselves so that we can get the best out of ourselves. The essential thing about his session is just pay attention so that you can discover more of who you are, so that you can make the right decisions for you. Not every decision is right for you, but you can make the right decision for you. I like the way he breaks things down. He makes things make sense. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my goodness, that's why I do that, Because when you are in a business, you want to do more things with your strength and less with your weakness. You don't want to focus so much in your business on your weakness. You want to focus on your strength. And Doc Ayomide really helps us to go through that, to understand more of our strengths, to understand all the things that are pushing us towards our strength and why we need to stop fighting that. I'm really excited for that session as well. The next person I want to talk about is Victor Ekpo Bassi. Funny comedian and brilliant. Another immensely brilliant human being. He has so much experience, so many strategies. He has helped a lot of phenomenal people to bring out their phenomenalness brighter. And he's a very generous person. So his ideas really help you to think outside of the box. He's going to talk to us about being a highly paid expert. Don't you want to be highly paid? And he gives you step-by-step processes for becoming highly paid. Because you have to remember, you have to realize that being highly paid is not a joke, It's not something you just wake up, oh, I'm highly paid. No, you need to plan for it. You need to think right. You need to create systems. You need to create products, all of that. And he goes through all of that. So it's really exciting. I'm so glad that he was able to be part of this session. I can't wait for you to go through it and let me know your thoughts. The next person I want to talk about is Mrs. Tewa Onasonya. She is the founder of Exquisite Magazine. And that magazine, let me tell you, it is beautiful. Sometimes, you look at it and you say, was that really made in Nigeria, in Africa? Because it is top notch, great quality. But what really attracted me to her is her love for corporate social responsibility, for giving back, for doing things that help humanity. And what I've realized is that sometimes, your business is making you money and it's a little bit, it's fulfilling because it's what you want to do. But sometimes you need to go a little bit further and figure out who else can you serve with your business? Who else can you help with your business? And that's what she talks about. She talks about the benefits for her as an organization. And yes, it might take some time, but it actually brings more to her. And I know you want to know how, right? You want to know how it brings more to her, how it helps her business. Well, you'll have to wait and find out in her session because it's good and it's hot and it's exciting. And of course, she's such a generous woman, just generous and kind, and you can just sense it. Because in the end, to be successful, you really need to be generous and kind. Yeah, so Mrs. Tewa Onasonya, make sure you leave a comment when you watch hers. Then, of course, we have Tanya Pixit, and she is phenomenal. She talks about being intuitive. Sometimes you get a coach, and the coach tells you, this is exactly what I did. You do bam, bam, bam. That's what you do. Blah. But she talks about intuitive coaching. about trying to figure out what is right for you. And that's what's essential. Yes, you can be successful doing whatever other people are doing, but what is right for you? It's really important. And she's animated, she's unique, she's different, she has experiences in different creative businesses. But when she talks to you, you can see that her passion is really getting you to be a better version of yourself. So I am excited about that portion because she is just fantastic, right? So there are a lot of things that she talks about, and you'll see in the session. The next person I want to talk about is Alicia May. Amazing woman. She is an international event planner, right? I mean, imagine you're passionate about planning events, but have you ever thought about maybe you can plan an event in Italy, plan an event in Rome? No, Rome is, in Italy, but Rome, Spain, Italy, I just love that. I haven't been to Spain yet, but I'm looking forward to it. You can plan an event in the UK, even if you're not there. You can plan an event in Russia. You can plan an event in Germany. You can plan in the US, in India, wherever you are in the world and outside of it. Because the focus is on you getting the work done. So imagine how you can spread that idea of who you are, of your skills, and make it even bigger. Imagine that. You're not restricted anymore to just your area. The world really is your oyster. It's a flat place. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, because now you have the internet. So she talks to us a little bit about that. She talks about how she gets clients. She talks about how she runs her business so that it's organized, and just how she makes money. Next person I want to talk about is John O'Biddy. Amazing, phenomenal guy. He talks about social media, but it's not just about social media. It's also about the kind of person you are, the kind of person you're becoming, the kind of person that attracts other people to want to be around you, to want to serve the kind of things that you want to serve. So he talks about social media, using social media to get your message out there. But the thing is, even if you use social media to get your message out there and your message is not great, guess what? Nobody cares about it. So it's essential that you understand that your message is important, as well as the medium that you're using to put that message out there. So that's John O'Biddy. The next person I want to talk about is, drum roll please, Omozo Ehige, and she is another phenomenal woman. Phenomenal. She started Au Naturals Beauty, and it's a niche kind of thing where you're talking about, taking care of unprocessed hair, African natural hair. And at the time when she started talking about it, probably a lot of people were like, what's that? Why is she doing that? Is that necessary? Is that profitable? But she did it anyway. And now she's one of the top people in the industry. Most people, if you talk about natural hair, they'll talk about Au Naturals, because she chose to do it anyway. And she chose to leave her former position to pursue this, even though it wasn't paying her as much. But, as time goes by, it is getting there. So she talks about the process that she took into starting the hair business, and what she's doing currently, and her vision, and how she's able to make the kinds of decisions that she needs to make. It's a really exciting one. I'm really excited to share this with you. The next person I'm talking about is Sade Y Adu. And a lot of African people will know Sade Adu, But I just love her name. And of course, I reached out to her because I don't know her personally. But she was so generous with her time. And she's talking to us about building a brand that pays big bucks, right? Because it's about building that brand. Your brand is essential. What will people know you for? What will people follow you for? What will people come around you for? It's about your brand. You need to know what to expect whenever we see you. Are we going to come one day and you're talking about the pains in your waist, and then the next day you're talking about oh, the weather, and then the next day you're talking about something. Are you complaining sometimes? No. Because the brand is not just about colors. The brand is about the whole package. So I'm really excited. She talks to us about branding. And it goes so much deeper than just the colors. So, of course, I'm very, very excited to share with you Stephanie Obi. And everybody knows her song for this year. We're making money. We're making money. So, we had to connect and do this. And she talks about creating your online course. Because as she says, everybody needs to create an online course. Because there's a lot of information that people are looking for. And the best way to get it out there is through an online course. And if you haven't created it yet, how will people know? How will people learn? How will people accomplish all their purposes when the information is stuck in your head? Yes. It's good for humanity, but it's also good for your wallet because people need that information. You can give them that information, and they will pay you generously. They will pay you to learn what you already know. What is like common sense to you, but to them it's not common sense. So she talks about that whole process, about starting the whole process of creating an online course and some of the challenges that you need to watch out for. So you do not want to miss this session at all. So of course, I am excited to talk about Dr. Osayi Emokpae, who is the founder of Lapo Microfinance Bank, the largest microfinance bank in West Africa. And he talks about starting your business with little or no money because that's how he started the microfinance bank. I'll leave you to hear more about the story, but it's really, really essential that you realize that you don't want to start a business and just be throwing money around. And so he talks about that. And he talks about where you can get a little bit of money too, just in case you need a little bit of money. But what you also have to realize about him is that he is just a phenomenal person who really cares. He cares about people. He cares about the people he gives loans to. He cares about the way it impacts the Nigerian economy, the way it impacts the African economy in general. So he's always talking about ways to improve things. And you get a little bit of that in this session, and I'm so excited to share it with you as well. I know I'm so excited about so many things, but that's life. Now I want to introduce to you Fiona Paget. She is amazing. She's going to talk about video, using video. As you can see, I'm on video right now. So people are using video. But how can you ensure that you're using video well? That you're not turning people off by the poor quality of your video. Or you're not rubbing people the wrong way because your video is just not looking right? So she talked to us about that by using video well so that you can make more money for your business. And why it's essential for you to use video well, because you need to get out there. You need people to really understand you. You want people to feel like they know you. It will help you to increase your like, know, trust factor, the LKT. So she talks about that, and she is also a phenomenal woman. Then, of course, we have Yolanda Dye, and she talks about building teams, building the right teams, building teams that get you the result. And anyone who knows me knows that I am passionate about building teams. You do not want to have crappy people around you. You do not want to have weak links around you because you are only as strong as your weakest link. And so she talks about different processes for creating and building teams that will get you the kind of results that you want and essentially get you paid the big bucks. The next person I want to talk about is Naomi Osemedwa. And you all know her as the African queen of live streaming. She's going to talk to us about live streaming, about why it's important for us to live stream, and different tips for making live streaming work well. She makes live streaming seem so easy. She talks to us about dealing with the bullies, dealing with the weirdos that come on there and say all sorts of weird things, and just dealing with the fear of what people will say, what people will think. You don't want to miss that because live streaming is it. Next, we talk about how to think with Coach Camille Yeshala. She is phenomenal. She comes bringing the power, bringing the boom. And I remember when she talked to me one time, she said, why would you come into the room and nobody even knows you're there? Come into the room and let everybody know, be there. And she doesn't talk about it like everybody has to be a certain kind of way. So if you're not, extroverted, you don't have to be extroverted. But at least let people know you're around. Let people appreciate you. Let people understand your value. Because if you're there, then we should care, right? So this session is boom. You need that. Then, of course, we have KMD AB. KMD brings on the good stuff, We were going to talk a little bit about the digital age, and then we talked more about just business in general, doing business well, why we need more women in business, why this is the right time, why you need strategic partners, why you need to work on your bank account, not the financial bank account, but your goodwill bank account. Because in the end, you're going to need help. You're going to need people. So he talks about that. He talks about how to do that. He talks about how to be successful, how to be strategic in your business. He is phenomenal. He is techie if you're interested in tech, but he doesn't talk so much about tech. He talks more about building your business. The next person I want to talk about is the Mecca Novice. He is just one of the most amazing people. He's funny, he's gregarious, he's exciting. He talks about writing. He talks about building your business, building your platform so that when you climb on your platform and you're shouting, there are actually people listening. Not when you climb on the platform and nobody cares. He talks about why it's essential. And then he also intertwines how he uses his writing to build his platform. And then he teaches you how to build your own platform. You don't want to miss this, because whatever it is you're out there talking about, whatever message you have, you need a platform to sell it. You need a community to come around you and believe in you. That's where your platform is essential. Then, of course, we have Mrs. Ehirim. She talks about your family, your relationships, managing your relationships. Because the only thing that can bring you down is if you don't manage your relationships well. If you are married and your husband is not on the same page as you, or your children are not on the same page, then it could be a really challenging experience. But if everybody's on the same page, then you can be successful. So she talked about that, how to get everybody on the same page, and how to be excited about what you're doing, and to make this the best years of your life, the best transition of your life. Next person I want to talk about is Doug McIsaac. A lot of people are on Facebook. We're looking for people on Facebook. We're marketing to people on Facebook. But sadly, a lot of people don't realize that you can market on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is really good if you want to talk to professionals. And that's where Doug McIsaac comes in. He tells us all these tips and tricks and details and ideas on how to get your message out there. Let people know who you are. Let people get excited about you. Let them know you're a professional, but you also have a quirky sense of humor. And that's Doug McIsaac. Next person I want to talk about is DJ Sobanjo. He is amazing. And one thing I want to let you know is he is such a generous person, such a caring person. But he talks about how to make profit from coaching. If you want to be a coach, a counselor, something like that, he talks about how you can make money and some of the pitfalls, why people don't make money as coaches. So you don't want to miss this. If you're in the coaching, counseling profession, or you're interested in it, you want to hear this. Next, I talk with Claire Kim. Claire Kim is so amazing. She talks about something that a lot of people don't talk about, using Quora. And you might say, what is Quora? But Quora is another exciting platform. It's a question and answer platform. And she talks about how she markets herself and gets a lot of traction, gets a lot of people, a lot of attention using Quora. And then she also talks about guest posting. But her specialty is getting visibility, creating buzz with Claire. And I love that, because in the end, it doesn't matter how great you are. If nobody cares about you, if nobody knows about you, if there's no buzz about you, then you're not doing something right. You need to be daily creating buzz about yourself, about your product, about your business. And yes, you might say, no, I'm an introverted person, I'm a private person, God will announce me. And that's fine, God will announce you. But you also need to put yourself out there so that people know what you're doing. So that's where Claire comes in. She's amazing. And finally, the last but not the least is Frank Salas. Frank Salas is phenomenal. You can feel his energy when he talks. He's talking about outsourcing. He's talking about having the best years of your life. He's talking about creating a business around the kind of lifestyle that you want. And this interview will change the way you think about things. Because in the end, success doesn't come from you doing everything. Yes, you might need to do everything at first so you actually understand the process and you're able to delegate better, but at least be thinking about that. Be thinking about the fact that you don't need to do everything. And it's not so expensive. It's actually quite cheap, because there are people out there who are looking to help you, especially with so many things online, virtual assistants and stuff like that. So he talked about that. He talked about creating that lifestyle for himself and how social media helps us design the kinds of life that we want, as opposed to being tied down to whatever a lot of people are tied down to. So I hope I've gotten you excited about all the speakers that we have, because they are all phenomenal. And of course, I can't leave out this last speaker, and that's me. I am the convener. I am talking about accomplishing the amazing money-making impossibility against all odds. Because in the end, whenever you're creating something, there will be challenges. There will be a journey. But you know what? In those challenges, in that journey, that's where success is. It's not despite the challenges. It's not despite the journey. It is in that challenge, in that journey. That's where your opportunity is. That's where your success is. And that's where you need to be. I hope you're excited, because I am, and I can't contain it. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you're expecting, what you're looking forward to, who you're looking forward to, and we'll keep in touch. And we're going to keep talking about this event. Keep tweeting and chatting, and tweet about it. Send emails to your friends. You don't want them to miss it. Just send it out there. Thank you so much for being here. We'll talk again very, very, very soon.